When I did my military service, we learned something called SARA. In English, position, breathe, aim, fire. This increased the chance of hitting the target aimed at in sharpshooting exercises at longer distances. The military, just like the street, has many words that are shortened mainly to make it easier to mention all the long complicated words but also to make them easier to remember. RAOSA is something I came up with when I found myself in a situation in life where nothing was working and the thought hit me, if Sarah worked in the army, there should be something similar that I can put to use on a daily basis to simplify my decisions. Because at the end of the day, it's my decisions that primarily affect my life, SBD, situation by design. And life is like the army, a goddamn war. I really delved into what my concerns were and why the decisions I made affected my everyday life in such a way that I was just treading water. It is extremely difficult to be fully honest with yourself, then try to be fully objective. It's a nightmare before you learn that it's the only way to change. R stands for react, and no matter who you are, it's the first thing we all do when faced with a situation, be it positive, negative or insignificant. The question I asked myself was how I react to things that arise, and I came to the conclusion that there are two ways. Either loudly or silently. The question then was which way is most suitable. Because reacting is what most people need to do, it is a way of dealing with the first impression we are faced with. Do you need to scream when you hit the toe on the bed leg? Does it hurt less? Do you need to shout and sound because you disagree with someone or because you are not happy with the situation you are facing? Or is it more effective to be quiet and focus on finding the solution? I reason like that. A silent reaction is more productive and you save the energy for the next steps. At the same time, you also do not give away any information if, let's say, you disagree with someone. The person you disagree with doesn't need to see that you're frustrated, because if it's me you're standing in front of and yelling at, I've already won that conversation and it doesn't matter how you behave going forward. Your irritation is a sign of a lack of communication, but above all, a lack of self-respect. If you're standing there yelling at me to convince me that what you're saying is correct and am just standing there, am not changing my facial expression and am not interrupting you to counter my opinions, you will boil with anger in no time because you feed your own frustration even more if I am indifferent. But that doesn't mean you can't get your hands dirty when someone goes too far. The difference is you never see me coming because you can't read my intentions, and when it comes hard, and when you have emptied your lungs of air. It doesn't matter if it's physical or verbal, when you've exhausted yourself, you've unconsciously lowered your guard and you have nothing to protect yourself with when it's my turn. Just like boxing, the person who ducks the most usually wins the battle as that person has saved their energy. But it then applies that you yourself have reason for what you say, because if you start shouting yourself, both of you stand as losers in the debate you started as a winner. Choose the right words, express yourself in a calm and composed way and never show that you possess the only truth. People who then interrupt you once you're talking, no matter how annoying it is, let them continue, because when that discussion is over, you have the choice to cut off all future relationship with the person or not. Only you design your own situation, so no matter who it is, do what's right for you and don't give a shit about the rest of the world's opinions. Tomorrow I will talk about the step after the reaction, to come to an acceptance, which is the first step towards solving a situation productively.